Tough times, crisis. We all go through them sometime or the other. War, pandemics, catastrophes, death, or even just transition. So the big question is, how do I prepare for them? How do I go through them when I am in the midst of it? And how do I bounce back afterwards, after I've experienced these things? So there are 6 things we can do that can make life easier for us and help us to be more resilient in difficult times. The first one is spending time with God. And really it has been proven by research that actually that is one of the very best things you can do to become resilient. Spend time with God, pray, cry in front of Him about your very, very difficult situation. Read His Word, and it's very important also to discover God's character, who He really is, so that you can hold on to that in difficult times. And then also to really think through things like suffering, and also risk-taking. What does the Bible say about those things? So that you are able to know how to deal with those things and also understand what God wants and means in difficult times. It is also important to have a theology that is really based on the Bible. What is God's character really like? What does He say about difficulties, about sufferings, about risk-taking? To be able to know and confidently handle crisis, we need to know this as well.
Okay, so I gave it to you for your birthday, right? Yeah. Hi.
The next very important thing that we need is a social support system. I know that many of you are taking care of many people on a regular basis. But do you have somebody to take care of you in a crisis? It is important that we invest in people, that we listen to them, that we talk to them, that we also allow them to help us when we need help. So I want to encourage you, invest in that social support system. And if you are in crisis right now, go back to the people that you love, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your team, maybe a local person that you really appreciate that lives in your area. Go and find help if you need it, because alone we cannot do it. One of the things that we can control within a crisis is our attitude. And often it is like we're having all these boxes of attitudes all around us, and then we decide which one we open and use in such a time as this. The one that is most helpful is gratitude and thankfulness. Yes, it has been proven that those attitudes are the most helpful to get us healthy through a crisis. You might wonder, is there anything to be thankful for in this situation? Anything to be grateful for? Yes, actually there is. You are breathing. You have people around you. There's somebody at home praying for you. There might be many, many small things that is actually very special, and you still have them, even if you have lost a lot. So learn to be grateful for the things you have, instead of being upset about the things that you've lost. It is important in a crisis to ride it like a wave. These things come and they are there, and we need to ride it out. It doesn't help to oppose it or to try and run away. It doesn't help us, it just takes more energy. But the important thing is to remember the Chinese word for crisis. It is both opportunity and danger. Yes, you are in a dangerous situation. Yes, this is not good, this is not normal, but this is an opportunity, and maybe this is opportunity for great growth in your life. So allow this wave to come and ride the wave out as it is happening. The next thing that we can do to be able to be resilient is living a healthy lifestyle. It starts with eating and drinking well. Drink enough water, eat healthy food. We need those vitamins and minerals in our bodies, and we do need energy as well. If we do have that, we can cope with much more. It is also important to do exercise. Practice, even if you've got a very small area, you can do exercises on one spot. So do that, your body needs it for a good blood flow, which helps us to think clearer. And then the next thing that is so important is to enjoy as well. We really do need to enjoy. It can be little small things, enjoying a sunset, or reading a book to a child and enjoy the child's reaction, or even just taking a few moments to rest. It is so important to really enjoy as well. Have you ever made warm water run over your hands and noticed how nice the feeling is on your hands? Just enjoy the small things in life. So it is also very important for us to keep on resting and sleeping well. And if you can't sleep well at night because of the bombs going off at night, then do make time in daytime to sleep as well. If you are rested, you can cope with much more stress and strain as well. Remember to live a healthy lifestyle as far as it is possible for you. One of the things we find so hard in a time of crisis is that there's so many things we cannot control. And yes, you're right, that's how it is. Yet you'll be surprised to see how many things we still actually can control. And I want to encourage you to take control of those things. It's sometimes small things like actually running a schedule. To have a schedule for your normal life will help you a lot to get through the crisis. It'll help you to get up in the morning, to actually eat breakfast, to do your daily hygiene, and then also to do other things like read a book, or play with the children, or phone a friend. If you schedule those things, you will remember what to do, one thing after the other within your crisis. There are also things that we cannot control, and it's important to let go of those things because we cannot control them, and it doesn't help to even try. It'll just be frustrating and won't help you at all. Another thing that is very important in such a time is to not numb the pain. It is a painful process, and what you're experiencing now is very hard. So don't try and numb it through alcohol, or through playing lots of computer games, or not getting up in the morning, or running away from it. It doesn't help a thing. It just means that you are prolonging the process of actually healing from this event. So please don't try and numb the pain. Anything that you do that is too much is not good for you at this point. I really want to encourage you to really take responsibility for your life in this moment. Yes, you didn't choose the crisis, it happened to you, but you can choose how you go through it. And that brings us to the last point, which is also very important. If you are in a crisis, it is important to treat it like a crisis. This is a very hard time and you need to process what is happening. So it helps a lot to write in your journal. Just write all those things you're experiencing, all the emotions you have in your journal. It'll help you to process. If you prefer to do that, rather talk to somebody. Just tell them what has happened and tell them how you feel about it, and really just talk it through. This could be with somebody that is close by to you or somebody that's far away from the situation removed. Both of them could be very helpful. It is also very important not to make any decisions in this time. Your mind is not thinking clearly right now, and also you don't have the perspective, so don't make any big decisions until the crisis is over. And lastly, it is very important to just allow yourself to experience distress symptoms. You will experience some emotions that you don't usually experience, like anger, frustration, irritation. Just allow those emotions to be. Cry if you need to cry, because you are going through a tough time. It might also be that your body responds in a certain way. You might not sleep anymore so well, or you might not be able to think so clearly. Or maybe there are other symptoms like sweating, that you're sweating a lot or that you're struggling to eat. It is okay if your body responds to the crisis as well. Maybe you're going to socially want to pull back. You feel nobody understands you, or you're scared to explain to people what's happening inside of you. And that is okay too if you experience that for a short time. So do allow your body to experience the symptoms of being distressed if you are in the midst of a crisis. It will last for a few weeks and then it will fade. If not, please look for professional help. I know this doesn't seem like much, these 6 points, and yet they are the things that's going to make a difference in your situation. So I want to encourage you to really actually take them serious. Time with God, time with the people you love, living a healthy lifestyle, being thankful and grateful, processing things as they happen and controlling the things that you can control and leaving those things you can't on the side. I believe that these things are going to help you to become more resilient, because this is what resilience is all about.